Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about why you should buy an RTX card over a GTX card, so here we go!
Hey, if you won't give it to me, I'ma take it. Take it.
Alright, now I have a lot of reasons why you should buy an RTX card right now. There is so many advantages to having an RTX card that so many people don't realize. If you look at what people are saying about the RTX cards right now, it's crazy. People are so defeated by the fact that it doesn't have ray tracing yet, like that it can't do what it was meant to do because nothing is optimized for ray tracing and that's not even a thing yet. But what people don't understand is that it will be. And when it is, and when that actually is a thing, the prices are going to skyrocket on these cards. These cards have so much potential, not to mention the fact that they are so much more powerful than the GTX cards, and they're cheaper. People are completely flopping on this, and it blows my mind. The potential price to performance ratio of the RTX 2060 versus the GTX 1070 is so much higher. There are massive benefits to having an RTX card, and everyone's saying, you know, don't get them, just wait, save your money. But when these cards and these games actually have ray tracing and that's a real thing, these cards are going to explode. Mark my words. Look at the benchmarks for a 2060 versus a 1070. Okay, this is a higher model, I guess, but it's also an older version, and everyone's saying, oh, you know, so just keep getting GTX cards. Don't do that. The GTX 2060 outperforms the 1070, and it even outperforms the 1070 Ti most of the times. So if we're looking at some of these benchmarks here, it just straight up outperforms the 1070 in nearly everything. Some of these game FPSs, like it loses in Counter-Strike for this person, whoever did this user benchmark right here, it loses in Counter-Strike, which, by the way, their FPS is so much lower than mine. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, my numbers are a lot higher for this. So I guess it depends on what the rest of his system is, but look at these numbers compared to these. 1070 loses, 1070 loses, 1070 loses. About average, 1070 loses, 1070 loses. 1070 wins in CSGO. Who cares? I get over 300 FPS in CSGO, so I don't know why that would even be a problem. It just continuously does better for the price. If we look at, I don't know how they're getting this number 364 because I've never seen one, especially a Founders Edition for 364. If we look at the average prices of a 1070 still today, it's over $400 on average. Like, literally, okay, here's the 8GB Strix. They're all 8GB, but the Strix version on Amazon is almost $600. $600 for a 33-month-old card. The RTX cards are brand spanking new, and no one wants to mess with them. Oh, look at this. I'm not even seeing any of them. Okay, one at $400. The average price is like closer to $500 for a 1070. Now let's look at the average price of a 2060. Literally $350. And the price to performance ratio for this card is 1,000,000 times higher than this card. It's crazy. I don't know why people are losing their minds on this. But like I said, when this releases, when RTX is a thing, this card is going to be super popular. It's going to be just all over the place. And these cards are just going to die. 33 months, 2 months. Higher everything, cheaper price. Buy RTX cards now while you have a chance, and then later in the future when they've exploded, you will be able to sell it used for as much as you bought it for at least. If we look on Newegg at these cards, once again, just to kind of go over this, the cheapest 1070 that you even see, which is the crap edition, is $319. An average edition is going to be $470, whereas the 2060 is consistently like $350. Like, this is the one that I'm fixing to buy. You get a $60 game with it, and it's $350. Why are people not buying these cards? Okay, now look at the comparison of this low-end model 2060 versus this average-end model 1070, or low-end, whatever you want to say about it. They're basically the same. I tried to match them up as much as possible, but literally $5 shipping, $550, $370 free shipping. Look at this. They have the same amount of CUDA cores, the exact same amount of CUDA cores. The 2060 has a much higher core clock. It has way higher effective memory clock. The only downside that I can even find to this is that it has 6 gigabytes rather than 8. This is GDDR6 versus GDDR5. This is the future. They use the same power. It's just better. It's even smaller too. Just this card is. But why? Why you no buy this? Okay? I'm telling you right now. My advice, buy an RTX card while they're super affordable. Sell it later if you want, whatever, upgrade. But this is massively potential. And it comes with a free game on Newegg. So, like a why not? 100 average FPS versus 81 FPS on the 1070. So, if we look at the price to dollar performance, $350, which this version of this right here, I don't believe is actually 350. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly about that version, but that is definitely the wrong price for that. So, but we're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna give the GTX 1070 the benefit of the doubt and say that this freaking Founders Edition is $364, which it completely is not, and it never has been in my knowledge. But we're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say that it is, and then we'll do a realistic one afterwards. Okay, so $3.5 per frame on Witcher 3 for the 2060. All right, so then we'll say 365. Is that what it was? Okay, 364. 364 divided by 81. $4.49 per frame on Witcher 3. Literally, it's older, and this one has the potential, and we gave that the benefit of the doubt. Now let's do a realistic one here. Let's say that that version of the 2060 is probably like 370, and then we'll divide that by 100. We'll say it has $3.7 per frame in Witcher 3, which I usually get more frames than that, so, but we're giving the 1070 the benefit here. And then we'll go, I think that version of the 1070 is probably more like 550. So we're gonna say 550 divided by 81. And here's a much more realistic example of that, literally double the price to frame. I don't know why we wouldn't be buying this. Real-time ray tracing, it's coming. It's gonna be here, and it's gonna be freaking sick. So, buy an RTX card. That's all. See ya.